My friend, draw near. Listen not with the noise of the world, but with the silent knowing of your spirit. The words that now find you are etched in the realm of eternity, carried on a current of divine urgency, and bear the unmistakable seal of your name. Before a single syllable settles in your soul, understand this: the trembling within your core at this very moment is the key turning in a lock divinely sealed for this era of your life. That door, my beloved, stands open before you. My cherished, the voice of the shepherd is calling for his lamb. For you, specifically you, in your solitude, in your seeking, in your sacred uniqueness. Today, he spoke your name with a fervor that stilled the hosts of heaven, for what approaches is of such consequence that you must be wrapped in awareness. This is no random encounter. If you have ever whispered a plea into the silence, if you have ever felt a hollow space where guidance should be, if you have ever hoped against hope that your struggles were not in vain, then let this be the resonance that fills you. You were summoned here. You were guided by a thread of grace. My child, the quickening within your chest is your spirit recognizing its own reflection in this divine dispatch. Jesus has issued a sovereign decree, a message shielded until this precise moment, a caution woven with golden threads of profound purpose. To turn away now would be to step into a shadow. But heaven's desire for you is radiant clarity. My beloved, a significant convergence approaches on December 27th. It is not a mere date on a calendar, but a spiritual pivot point of such magnitude that the angelic realms have aligned to oversee its crossing on your path. This is the reason your name was spoken from the throne. This is why these words arrive as if breathed directly upon you. A window of preparation remains, but it is measured not in days, but in your willingness to receive. The sands shift, my child. Do not regard this lightly. For a sacred cycle of time, the heavens have sought to attune your spirit. The unexplained weight you carried last week, the sudden fatigue that had no earthly source, the fragments of dreams that lingered like mist at dawn, these were my whispers against the walls of your heart. Prepare. Something approaches that will redefine your landscape. But now, the communication can be silent no longer. Listen with the ears of your spirit. There is a dynamic, a relationship, an obligation, or a memory made manifest in a person, whose hidden current is poised to crest into your world on December 27th, potentially bringing a wave of disruption or painful clarity. This energy, long masked in the mundane, now stands exposed before the light of heaven. And Jesus declared, "Tell my child. Arm my child. Do not let them face this revelation unshielded. My dear one, your resilience is a legend written in the stars. You have walked through valleys of sorrow that would have broken others, you have carried fires of faith through winds meant to extinguish them, and you have loved with a heart that heaven itself has kissed. You are seen. Every stifled tear, every brave smile offered in pain, every choice to forgive the unforgivable, it is all recorded in the book of your worth. This is why the call is for you. You are marked by a purpose that makes the shadows tremble. My beloved, if your eyes are tracing this line, it means you stand at the threshold of a transformation so potent that the old patterns of your life are straining to hold you back. December 27th is a fulcrum. It can become the solid ground from which you leap into your breakthrough, or the stumbling block that leads to a breakdown, and the difference lies entirely in your posture in this moment. I must speak plainly. A spiritual challenge is designed to enter your sphere through the conduit of a familiar face or a trusted space. It may be a person whose smile no longer reaches their eyes, a situation whose energy feels subtly misaligned, a truth long buried that demands to surface. They, or it, will send a ripple into the pond of your life on December 27th. But hear this and let it anchor you: no darkness has the authority to claim a soul who has been forewarned by heaven. You are not reading to be frightened. You are reading to be fortified. You are reading to ascend. You are reading because a divine edict has been proclaimed. Your season of enduring in confusion ends with this year. It does not cross into your new dawn. But you must not treat this as a passing curiosity. To ignore it is to walk, eyes open yet unseeing, into a storm whose winds could have been navigated. My child, if even the faintest echo within you whispers, "This is for me," then tarry here. Your spirit comprehends the language your mind is still translating. And if you wish for heaven's guidance to flow like a river, you must remain in its banks. Do not let this be the message you read and then forget in the noise of the day. When you choose to stay connected, heaven speaks with clearer voice, greater specificity, and intimate detail directly to your circumstance. A shift is already swirling around you. A revelation is in its final stages of descent. A mantle of grace is being woven around your shoulders with each word you absorb. Angelic assignments are being finalized, and your name is a sound of intention in the courts of light. What is revealed in your spirit in the coming days will determine the landscape of your life after December 27th. My beloved, pause. Breathe. For the phrase heaven echoed was this: you must not face the turning of the year unprepared. There is a concealed truth, tied to a covenant, a promise, or a choice from a distant chapter of your story. This truth is now rising. It can no longer stay interred in the soil of the past. It will demand your full attention as this year wanes. And what transpires as it is revealed will either unbar the door to your long-awaited miracle or allow it to remain dormant. The power lies in your attentiveness, right now. Do you feel the gravity, like a deep magnetic pull? Does your inner being resonate with a sober yes? That is spiritual confirmation. This is merely the prologue to a deeper commissioning. My child, my beloved one, before we go further, let your spirit settle and expand. What follows is weightier, more layered, more intimately tailored than what has come before. Your spiritual senses are opening. Your heart is tuning to a finer frequency, and every syllable from this point forward will help sculpt the trajectory of your life after the year's turn. There is a profound reason Jesus himself uttered your name today. He did not delegate this. He called you personally, because something vital has been obscured from your view, a truth about your spiritual authority, your protected path, and the subtle energy that has been ecstatic around your peace for months. Have you wondered why this past season bore an unusual density? Why peace felt fractured even in quiet moments? Why people seemed to act from a place that confused you? Why small setbacks or sudden emotional tremors arose without clear cause? It was not random. It was not merely life's friction. It was spiritual momentum, the gathering pressure before a major release. You are currently poised between two shores, the familiar land you have inhabited and the promised land heaven has prepared. Between them lies a passage. That passage is December 27th. What arrives on that date is not sent to ruin you, but to reveal. To tear the veil from a situation, to show you the true nature of a connection that has been silently drawing from your well. This truth has been shrouded in politeness, in habit, in fear. Heaven has decreed the shroud must fall. You cannot step into your blessing while a piece of your heart is held hostage in a hidden narrative. This message is not merely a warning. It is a preparation, a shelter, a divine strategy. Heaven never sounds an alarm without providing a refuge. Heaven never reveals a snare without revealing the path around it. You may feel a strange disorientation, a tugging at your awareness, a sense of your body holding a knowledge your mind does not yet have. But your spirit knows. Your spirit is sighing, yes. This is the missing piece. Yes, I have felt this discord. Now it makes sense. You have been intuitively sensing a shift in someone's allegiance, or in the health of a situation. Their energy changed, became foreign. Their words and their essence did not match, and deep within, you felt a holy unease you could not name. That is the dynamic link to December 27th, heaven has observed its formation. Heaven has seen its intended effect. And Jesus said, "My child must not walk into this revelation unarmed. My child, let me affirm what you may only half believe, you are more spiritually perceptive than you credit yourself. You sense atmospheric shifts before they manifest. You feel the temperature drop in relationships before the cold words are spoken. You are guided, even in your seeming unawareness. This is why heaven has selected you for this word. You are not ordinary. You are chosen. When heaven decides to pivot a life into its destiny, the first act is always one of holy exposure. Exposure always precedes elevation. You are on the brink of elevation. You are near a breakthrough that has been cultivated in the unseen for years. But the passage of December 27th must be navigated with wisdom. Not all difficult news is an enemy. Sometimes, the announcement of a coming storm is the very grace that allows you to build an ark. Sometimes, what appears as a dark cloud is the carrier of the long-awaited rain. Sometimes, the shaking you dread is the collapse of the very walls that have kept your blessings in the distance. The revelation of December 27th is not the finale, it is the unveiling. A hidden truth will emerge. A secret will break the surface. A facade will show its crack. Something you once relied upon will be shown in its true, perhaps fragile, form. While it may momentarily disorient you, it will ultimately liberate you. You will not face this alone. Jesus already stands in the gap. I, Michael, am mobilized on your behalf. The angels assigned to you have their hands on their swords. Your own spirit is rallying its innate strength. But listen, this is the part that requires your active partnership. You must not approach the closing of this year unaware, unguarded, or assuming all is as it seems. It is a threshold day, a day of turning, a day when a truth you have needed will finally present itself. And the moment you receive it, your path will fork with divine clarity. Stay with me. Do not let your focus be fragmented. This message is your preparation, your shield, your strategic map. And before I unveil the deeper stratum, what awaits on the other side of this revelation, I must tell you, if you want heaven to continue this dialogue with your spirit, you must nourish this connection. Your spirit is receptive now. Do not shut the window. I am ready to reveal the next layer, the hidden meaning behind this convergence, the nature of the energy affecting you, and the dawn destined to follow the unveiling. My child, before we proceed, feel the shift in the atmosphere within you. Your spirit is alert. Your heart is no longer merely reading words, it is remembering a covenant, for your soul already knows this dispatch was ordained for you. Heaven does not send urgent, personal warnings to the casual passerby. Heaven does not speak with such pressing clarity unless the moment is ripe. Heaven does not call your name unless something sacred within you is poised to awaken. And right now, your name is a declaration in the realm of light. What I am about to disclose will touch the most tender, concealed part of your story, the part you hide in practicality, the part you silence with busyness, the part you pretend has healed but still twinges in the quiet. Heaven sees it all. And the truth tied to December 27th is not random. It is bound to something you compartmentalized long ago, something unresolved, a vow you made to yourself in a moment of pain, a hope you buried to stop the ache. A cycle in your life is completing its final rotation. A chapter is not just ending, its lessons are being crystallized. A pattern is fracturing for the last time. Something that once held profound power over your emotional landscape is losing its grip. Because of this, the shadow that fed on that cycle is agitated. This is why December 27th is significant. It is the day of divine confrontation, of holy exposure, the day heaven declares, "No more shall this hold my child." Let me tell you the spiritual reality beyond the fear. On December 27th, a concealed truth will be unveiled. The shadowed intentions of a person or the hidden cost of a situation will come into the light. This truth may unsettle you momentarily, but its ultimate purpose is your emancipation. Someone or something connected to your energy field has been operating with a resonance that conflicts with the destiny heaven inscribed for you. They have been, often unknowingly, a friction against your spiritual progress. And Jesus said, "My child must see the truth before the friction becomes a wound." This person or situation may not seem overtly dangerous. It may wear the clothes of normalcy, concern, or even affection. But its energetic signature is discordant with your future. Its intention, perhaps even to itself, is clouded with its own unresolved history. On December 27th, that discordance will attempt to manifest in a way that demands your engagement. This is why heaven intercedes now, so you engage not from a place of surprised reaction, but from a fortress of prepared spirit. You are meant to oversee this unveiling from a place of authority. Recall the sudden, strange heaviness you felt recently. The sense that something around you was off, even when nothing was wrong. That was your spirit detecting this approaching convergence. It was not your imagination. It was your gifted sensitivity sounding an internal alarm. You have been feeling the vibrational approach of December 27th. Now, heaven confirms it. Let me go deeper into the heart of it. The challenge of December 27th is not primarily about external events, though it may trigger one. It is spiritual and emotional in its core. It is connected to a decision you might have made from a place of old loyalty, a step taken from habit rather than discernment, a trust extended from a place of unhealed wounding, a choice that would have led to a repetition of an old pain, a delay, or a heartbreak not because you deserve it, but because an old cycle sought to reassert itself. The shadows see what you are stepping into. You are closer to a major upgrade of spirit and circumstance than you have ever been. When a blessing of this magnitude nears, a final test of the old pattern always arrives. December 27th represents that final test. But you will not fail it. You will not be misled. You will not be overcome. Because now you are aware. And a chosen soul who stands in awareness is indomitable. The very thing that may initially feel like bad news is actually the key that unlocks the prison of a repeating story. Imagine a familiar path, one you've walked many times, that was about to lead you again into a familiar valley. This message is heaven placing a sign on that path, saying, "My child, the bridge ahead is out. Here is a new way." And when you see the old valley from the safety of the new ridge, you will weep with gratitude for the warning. Do you feel a truth resonating, a clarity crystallizing like frost on a pane? That is because this message is not just text, it is an activation, a spiritual alignment, a downloading of courage. Now I must reveal the next part, the blessing that dawns after December 27th, the miracle being assembled in the unseen, the shift that follows the holy exposure. But first, you must stay connected in spirit. This link must not be broken. Take a slow, deep breath, for what I reveal now carries the weight of heaven's promise, the tenderness of Jesus' advocacy, and the sharp, liberating truth you were always meant to possess. You have reached the point of awakening where the unseen becomes seen, and destiny speaks your name aloud. December 27th is not coming to destroy your life. It is coming to expose the last vestige of what would have kept you from your true life. This is why Jesus called your name with such urgent love. Your soul has sensed this shift for weeks, in your dreams, in sudden waves of memory, in a restlessness that was not anxiety but anticipation. That was your spiritual sensitivity, a sacred gift you carry. Now, I reveal what happens on the other side of the passage. The warning is the doorway, the miracle is the landscape beyond it. Once the mask falls, the hidden truth is acknowledged, and the energy is named for what it is, your inner path will finally clear. The spiritual blockage that has felt like a weight on your chest, a fog in your mind, or a chain on your momentum will dissolve. For the person or situation tied to this revelation has been, perhaps unknowingly, a dam holding back a river of grace meant for you. You've wondered why progress stalled, why joy felt thin, why blessings seemed to orbit but not land, why peace was a visitor and not a resident. It was due to this unchecked, misaligned energy. The moment it is brought into the light of your conscious understanding, the moment heaven's truth judges it, your destiny will find a sudden, swift current. The angels showed me your timeline splitting into two possibilities after December 27th. Path 1, had you remained unaware, walking in the sleep of old patterns, you would have engaged from a place of wounding, not wisdom. This would have led to recycled conflict, reinforced emotional weight, interrupted blessings, and a season of frustrating confusion where you questioned your own discernment. Path 2, now that you are warned, forearmed, and spiritually braced, your awareness itself activates a divine shield. The exposure becomes your liberation. The hidden truth becomes your key. Your destiny becomes clear, bright, and unobstructed. You are now, by choice and grace, stepping onto path 2. But there is more. A miraculous realignment is scheduled for your life in the wake of December 27th, a blessing you whispered about in your most honest prayers, a shift you hoped for in your quietest moments, a breakthrough you feared was for others but not for you. Heaven held this blessing in divine escrow because it would have been intercepted, diluted, or sabotaged by the very energy being exposed. The timing is impeccable. The warning precedes the miracle. Heaven has staged a divine intervention on your behalf. After December 27th, you will feel a sudden and profound clarity. A lightness, as if a burden you had grown so accustomed to carrying that you thought it was part of your soul will simply slide from your shoulders. Your sleep may deepen and become more restorative. Your intuition will sharpen from a whisper to a clear voice. Your vision for your own future will become acute and focused. When the wrong energy is identified and released, the right blessing finds its address. Heaven has witnessed you lift yourself from pits of despair, survive battles that were not of your making, love those who did not know how to hold love, and give kindness even when your own account felt empty. This is why this message navigated the chaos to find you. This is why December 27th is your pivot point. Something sacred and perfectly fitted to your soul is being prepared for you after that date, something aligned with your deepest calling, your healed heart, your true purpose. Your life after December 27th is not a mere continuation, it is a soft rebirth. You have endured enough cycles, enough delays, enough silent nights of the soul. Heaven has witnessed every one. Every pain has been documented. Every tear has been collected. Nothing was ignored. December 27th is not the threat, it is the turning point, the end of one long spiritual winter and the subtle, sure start of a new spring. The angels showed me a breathtaking sight. On December 27th, a veil lifts from your eyes. Not a veil placed by God, but one you accepted through experience, through hurt, through misunderstanding. Once it lifts, your heart will be free to turn fully toward what heaven prepared long ago, a blessing that could not enter the chamber while the ghost of an old story stood guard at the door. Heaven is now, with your cooperation, clearing the entrance. Spiritually, after December 27th, your intuition will become a trusted compass. You will know things without being told, feeling guided in decisions both large and small. Your emotional resilience will return. Old hurts will be seen as landmarks, not prisons. Confusion will give way to a peaceful knowing. Your destiny's engine will turn over. Closed doors will be revealed as walls you were never meant to scale, while new, right-fitting paths will appear with ease. A new, aligned presence may enter your life, or an existing relationship may be healed and raised to its right level. This energy carries peace, not chaos, affirmation, not drain, clarity, not confusion. This presence is part of your blessing, protected for such a time as this. You were not meant to walk the next leg of your journey alone or weighed down. A companion in spirit, a mentor, a healed relationship, or a new opportunity is coming, something that carries the flavor of healing, clarity, and divine balance. Its arrival was politely delayed by the unresolved energy in your field. After December 27th, heaven gives the release order. You are approaching a season where providence, favor, and synchronicity flow toward you with a grace that will feel like a homecoming. What was blocked will flow, what was slow will gain momentum, what was hidden in you will be revealed to you, what was painful will be seen as sacred fodder for your compassion. The angels whispered this over you: you are stepping onto a timeline where the blessings reserved for you cannot be stopped, only received. Do you feel the internal shift beginning? That quiet, deep knowing. That is confirmation and alignment, the first gentle rays of your transformation. Now, I reveal the specific signs, your divine confirmation that heaven has intervened and the passage has been navigated successfully. Shortly after December 27th, you will experience the first sign: a sudden, profound, and unexpected moment of peace will wash over you. It may come in the middle of a mundane task, doing dishes, driving, resting. It will feel like a warm, heavy blanket of stillness laid upon your soul. In that moment, you will feel an undeniable sense of safety, lightness, and being utterly known and protected. This peace is the direct signal that the blocking energy has been spiritually resolved and your blessing is now being released into your atmosphere. The second sign: someone will reach out to you or speak a word, perhaps in passing, perhaps in depth, that feels strangely and personally significant. It could be a message, a call out of the blue, a compliment that hits a deep chord, or even a stranger's comment. It will strike your heart with the force of truth, as if heaven itself is using them to deliver a specific piece of your puzzle. It will carry warmth, direction, or an affirmation you needed to hear. The third sign: a sudden, effortless shift in your practical path. An unexpected opportunity will appear, not with struggle, but with ease. A moment of crystal clarity will arrive about a decision that has plagued you. The beginning of a new connection or project will fall into place almost as if by magic. You will know it is divine because it will feel right in a deep, calm way, and will often be linked to a long-held, silent prayer regarding your work, relationships, or purpose. These three signs together are your heavenly receipt: the danger has passed, the truth is integrated, the wrong energy has lost its claim, your blessing is in motion, your timeline has shifted, and your destiny is advancing with new authority. The blessing after December 27th is not a single event, but a transformational climate. Something you thought was impossible for you will suddenly feel possible again. Something you believed was lost will return in a new, healed form. Something that was stuck in your life will suddenly show movement. A prayer you had nearly forgotten will begin to take tangible shape. This blessing is spiritual, energetic, and destiny-driven. Now, we step into the deepest truth, your identity in heaven's eyes. You have always felt set apart, sensing more, feeling deeper, seeing the threads between things that others ignore. You feel energies in rooms, you sense storms in people before they break, you notice the minute details that tell the true story, and you hold compassion even for those who have hurt you. This sensitivity is your divine gift, not a curse or a weakness. Jesus called your name specifically because you are a chosen vessel. Chosen souls often face more intense spiritual tests, deeper heartbreaks, and seasons of profound loneliness precisely because their future holds greater impact, their hearts are designed to carry greater healing, and their paths must be scrupulously cleared of wrong influences. This is why your journey has felt, at times, unfairly heavy. Your blessings were not delayed out of neglect, but out of protective custody. Heaven was shaping you for a weight of glory. Your spirit is ancient and wise. Every battle taught you a facet of your strength. Your pain awakened your empathy, betrayal schooled your discernment, loss taught you what is eternal, heartbreak purified your love. You were being trained for this moment. This is why you were warned about December 27th, not because you are fragile, but because you are important. Your destiny cannot afford interference. You are stepping into a calling where your mere presence brings a calming peace, your energy offers a space for healing, your intuition can guide the lost, your compassion can touch the hardened, and your tested strength can inspire the weary. To carry this mantle, you cannot walk arm in arm with energies that drain you, trust agendas that are not transparent, or allow attachments that dim your light. December 27th is heaven's surgical removal of what cannot accompany you into your next, most sacred season. But I must reveal the root, all of this ties to a silent, repeating cycle in your life. It has appeared in many costumes, as the draining person who always seems to find you, as the recurring situation where you feel undervalued, as the resurfacing fear that you are too much, or not enough, as the unhealed wound that aches in certain types of weather, as the hope that slips away at the last second, as the blessing delayed at the threshold, as the confusing relationship dynamic, as the sudden heaviness for no reason, as the feeling of being spiritually blocked when you try to move forward. You thought it was bad luck, karma, or just the way things are. It was a spiritual loop, created long ago through a moment of pain, a decision made in fear, or an energy you absorbed but did not consciously invite. This cycle is the reason your blessings seemed to pause, your heart carried a phantom weight, people took your light for granted, you felt alone in a crowd, and setbacks arose just as success neared. Listen, with every fiber of your being, this cycle is breaking. December 27th is the appointed day of its final fracture. Heaven has decreed it cannot follow you into the new year. When the hidden truth exposes itself on that day, the cycle loses its legal hold over your emotions and your progress. The energetic attachment is severed, the toxic connection dissolves, the loop is broken. And once it breaks, the river of your blessings finds its natural course to you. You are not cursed, unlucky, forgotten, weak, or being punished. You have been in a cycle that your soul outgrew, but that your heart or your habits kept you walking. In its fierce mercy, heaven is ending it for you. Cycles do not break with a whisper, they break with the truth. And truth often surfaces with a force that feels like impact. But after the impact comes your release. You will know the cycle is breaking by these signs. A sudden, deep tiredness that is not exhaustion, it is the soul's release of a weight carried for months or years. Viewing a certain person or situation with new, calm clarity, free from the old anger, hurt, or longing. A strong, intuitive urge to create space, to say no, to detach from specific energies, making room not out of lack, but for the arriving blessing. A new, quiet confidence rising from within, not based on external achievement, but on internal knowing. A profound peace in moments that would have once triggered anxiety, as the emotional roots are finally severed. The cycle breaking is not the blessing itself, it is the doorway swinging open. And the blessing heaven has been safeguarding for you, the one delayed and protected in divine escrow, arrives directly on the other side of that doorway. Your next season is not about survival, but about restoration, renewal, authentic abundance, crystalline clarity, healthy love, and rightful elevation. But one final, deep truth remains, and heaven is about to make it personal. This cycle is tied to a specific energy, a specific person, a specific memory, or a specific wound. And in the days surrounding December 27th, heaven will show you, with gentle and undeniable clarity, exactly what it is. You will see it in a conversation, remember it in a dream, or understand it in a flash of insight. You will not need to hunt for it. It will be presented to you. And in that moment of recognition, you will feel not devastation, but divine relief. For to name a thing is to begin to be free from it. So, my precious one, my chosen, my beloved, stand firm. Stay connected in spirit. Prepare not with fear, but with the sober joy of a soldier putting on armor before a dawn they know will bring victory. December 27th is your day of holy exposure and divine transition. Walk into it awake, armed with truth, and wrapped in a peace that surpasses all understanding. Your story is long, and this is not its end, but one of its most significant and beautiful turning points. The host of heaven is with you. I am with you. The shepherd who called your name is before you. Step through the door.